Welcome to Fire Away, Seriously Funny Conversations, the podcast where we catch up on things that make us laugh and things that make us human. We are Matt Bays and Leslie Robbins. And today we are going to talk about
hot yoga.
Yes, sweating to the hot yoga.
Haters.
Haters. Why do you hate me? Our first concerts.
And Leslie's first time mowing the yard.
Leslie does manual labor. What? With an audience.
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
But you can't teach an old dog how to mow the yard.
Oh, God.
Whatever that means. Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. Guess you'll go eat worms. We'll give her a pity party. That was good.
Yeah.
You still got your youth choir voice.
I thought we were already recording. You were looking down. And I was going. None of that got recorded.
And we missed it for our sparklers, which you called them firecrackers.
Yes. Yeah.
First of all, for anyone who's watching, yes, I am in the closet. I am in Traverse City, Michigan, and there is no place to record because we're right near a main road. So I was like carrying end tables upstairs, trying to see what I could fit in this actual closet. So here I am back in the closet. I could do this all day, please. I did it for 115 years. I can certainly do it for a couple hours.
How long are you there? A month?
Yeah.
Next week, I want like a Teen Bop magazines, like posters on the back of that wall. Justin Bieber and just like when you're a kid.
My in the closet photos were not boys. They were like Madonna posters. And I would talk about her outfits and her glove and her lace and her hair and her eyeshadow. I love
that. I was New Kids on the Block. Loved them.
I just met these girls in Cincinnati. I was on a walk and this girl literally yelled, Matt Bays. She was from either South Carolina or North Carolina. And she had read my book and followed me on social media. Yeah. And I stopped and talked to him for like 15 minutes. And I was like, what are you doing in Cincinnati? She kind of made this face like she didn't want to say. And I was like, what? And she goes, we're going to the New Kids on the Block, to the New Kids on the Block concert tonight. And I was like, oh, shit. So I had to look those guys up and they're all me and Chris's age. 51. Yeah. One of them might be 48. The young little one.
No, they're all go, girl. Joe McIntyre is your
He
old
is
age.
50 now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the oldest, I think, is 53. And
Who
that's Donnie.
No, it's Jonathan Knight. Listen, I know New Kids on the Block.
Jordan Knight and there's Jonathan Knight. Jordan was the really good singer.
Right. Yes. Jonathan, then Donnie,
Wahlberg.
Then Danny Wood, then Jordan Knight, Joey McIntyre, in that order.
We get it. You're a New Kids fan.
All day. First concert I ever went to.
Are you serious?
Oh. Yep. Rupp Arena, Lexington. My dad swears he lost his hearing, but I was there.
Do you know what my first concert ever was?
What?
The Bad Tour, Michael Jackson.
Ooh, that's
Cleveland, Ohio. Oh,
that is
my God.
Good one.
The problem it creates for you is it's your introduction. So you think, oh, this is what concerts are.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to another concert and I'd be like, where's all the shit? Like, where's the laser lights and the choirs and the dancers? It's like, you're literally just going to stand up there with a microphone and sing. I can do that. It was so amazing, though.
Oh, I went to 2 New Kids, one at Rupp Arena in Lexington and one at RIP Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't exist anymore. And then I went to NSYNC. I didn't go to a lot of concerts. That's a crowd situation.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
Yeah. I honestly have not been to a ton of concerts. I've been to enough. I saw Natalie Cole. I saw some Christian concerts. God help me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of big ones that I've seen. That sounded like that's what she said.
Finally, you're starting to catch on.
Anyway, those girls and I are now social media friends.
That was your celebrity moment.
Oh, it totally was. I was surprised that
home like a helium balloon.
Well, first of all, I was out for a run, so I had no clothes on. I had on a pair of shorts, and so it was a little like uncomfortable.
You're like, oh, should I cover up?
You know what I mean? They were like, can we get a picture? And I was like,
You didn't do the Janet Jackson where you put your hand up like this and have them come by cover your.
Yes. My God. I remember loving that album cover.
Yes.
I was like, that's kind of awesome though. Yeah. Okay. So I'm in Traverse City and Chris's friend lives up here, her and her partner, and she has been talking to us about doing hot yoga. And I'm like, I have no desire to do hot yoga, but she's like excitable and she's super cool. I love her so much. And she's like, I really want to do hot yoga with you guys. And we're like, okay, let's do hot yoga then. Here we go. So we go to this hot yoga studio. It's 7:30 in the morning. Okay. I've never done it before. I've done yoga numerous times. No problem with yoga, but we start, and I think it's just 8 to 9, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's 90 minutes, which I learn after we've already been there for an hour. And I'm like, when is this over? We have to be getting close. And I said to Tawny, hey, how much longer? And she like whispers, 30 minutes. And I was like, I'm going to die. This is literally the portal to Satan's lair.
Oh my God.
It is so hot. So they said they keep it between 105 and 110 degrees. So, I would. Right. It's a mess. I mean, I made it through the whole thing, but they were like, you might feel dizzy. You might feel all of it. You feel dizzy. You feel nauseous. And you think, why am I doing this? But they're like, this is the hardest part of your day. Everything from here on out will be easy. And they say, I don't know if you've ever done a yoga class before, but it's constant instructions. Okay. Point your fingers here, tighten this, suck in your abdomen, put your head up, chin to your chest, loosen this, pull up your constant instructions. And so you have to really kind of think. But Leslie, it's just, I mean, if there's a woman that is like, I want to fit in that dress tonight, go to hot yoga that morning. You will have no water weight. You sweat so much. I left there at 9:30 and I did not pee until 4 p.m. All the water's gone. I'm sure I lost 2 pant sizes.
That's definitely a water journey for sure.
Oh my God. It was just crazy. But the truth is, when it's over, I left and I thought, I will never be cold again. My inner core temperature is 110 degrees. But you feel this sort of clarity. Like, I think any toxins in you just pop right out of there and you feel clear headed. So I'm going to do it again.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it has to be good for you.
My mom measures hot by my 8th grade graduation. It was in a gym and the air conditioning's broken. And my mom just always says that was the hottest she had ever been. And so everything is always like, it's hotter than the 8th grade graduation and this, whatever. So, when you're doing your hot yoga, just think, is it comparable to an 8th grade graduation in 1994?
Sure that has been said places. It's hotter than 8th grade graduation. People are like, what? That is funny. Oh my God. But they do some weird noises too, where they're like at the beginning.
No, now that's where I'd start laughing, Matt. Like,
I know it's a lot.
Cracking up.
So at the beginning, they're doing the breathing thing, taking your breath, and then they go, okay, let the exhale out as you push your head upward. And literally, I promise everyone except me was doing this. Like that. Like they were expelling a demonic force. So, of course, I'm like this, looking around like what's happening. And everybody's acting like they're some sort of Scottish warrior. But by the end of it, I'm like, they're all warriors. And when I go back, you bet your ass, I'm going to exhale like that. Oh, my God.
That's impressive. I'm impressed. I've been mowing the yard. I mean, who even am I? I don't do manual labor.
Are you doing it on a diagonal?
The last time I did on a diagonal, I felt so awesome. It looked like a football field.
Oh my God.
How do they do the crisscross, like the basket weaving?
Well, they mow one way and then mow the other way. They mow it twice. No, yeah. So if you mow it once this way and then diagonal it, oh my God, heaven.
Well, I sweat and I hate every bit of it, but it's kind of enjoyable. Well, I just think since I'm not working now and Tom's working extra hours, that I should do it. There's no excuse other than I hate it. There's no excuse I can get out there and do it. And let's all pray that I get a job soon so I don't have to mow the yard anymore.
Why do you want to work here, Leslie? I just can't mow that yard anymore.
I'm sick of being in charge of that yard.
So your first mowing, what was your experience?
I didn't know that you could pull backwards on the mower. I thought you could only move forward. Like if I missed a spot, like I'd circle back around and get it. I didn't know I could go backwards and like push it back.
Oh, so you'd walk a whole circle to come to one other spot?
Yeah.
Why didn't you know you could go backwards? What did you
I've
think
never mowed
happen?
a yard in my life. Not once.
You've never mowed the yard?
Never. This was my first time.
Oh, you're kidding.
Now I'm a pro.
How many times have you mowed it?
Well, our yard needs it twice a week. So I would say 6 times.
Leslie, I'm proud of you.
I know. The first time I did it, Tom was talking to the neighbors and they were all just standing there watching me. And I was like feeling a lot of rage about it. And I just kept going
They
straight
just
ahead.
watched you
He
together?
was talking to them, but at the fence.
Of course he was. It's
Because
what he does.
that's what he does. He talks to people and I don't. But I was just like, can you all not stand here and watch me do it?
You wanted him to go inside?
Go in the front yard. Go somewhere else. I don't need an audience. This is my first time ever mowing the yard.
Oh, you have got to get over this problem where you think everybody's watching you. Sit down. And now here I am mowing this yard.
Well, they literally were. They were just like,
well, it's something to see while they're
look
talking.
at this 41-year-old woman. She's never mowed the yard before. But now I do find myself like appreciating other people's yards. Like, look how nice that yard looks. Ooh, that cut is very nice. Like, I didn't care about that before.
So you're mowing yards and now assessing other people's mowing skills.
And getting frustrated when people let them grow over, like our neighbors on the other side.
Oh, yeah. We hate those people.
Yeah. Hate them. Hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So did you get my text last night? That comment.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You're going to need to explain yourself.
I know. And when I sent it, I was like, I'm going to have to give her context for this because it was a man who said that he hates his penis and all of his friends do too.
Like, what context? Like, I'm reading it. I'm like, what context is this? I don't know what's happening.
Well, it's this gay group on Facebook. And it was like, oh, let's all be gay on this group and talk about gay things or whatever. It's not a lot of fun. It's a lot of problems. And, you know, I'm a helper for sure. Yeah. But I just, some of it is grow up stuff, you know, like you need to grow up. So there's, 52-year-olds dating 22-year-olds and saying, is this okay? And I'm like, his frontal lobe isn't even fully developed. So no. Well, last night, someone posted this big, long post all about penis shame. And it said the word penis 114 times. But then down at the end, I was looking at the comments and there was this comment from this old man. And that's how it started out. It just said, I hate my penis and so do all my friends. I won't even touch it unless I have on gloves. Like,
where has it been? What?
I know.
Well, did anybody respond like, so sorry to hear, or, RIP your penis?
Well,
or
can
what?
we just figure out, like, I just don't have a friend that's seen my penis.
Right.
I hate my penis. And so do all my friends. They all hate it.
Like and follow for part 2.
I'm just sorry. If somebody hates my penis, you're not my friend.
That's it. Deal breaker.
Right. I kind of want to go out with Matt and Chris on Friday night, but I don't know. I just hate his penis. I don't feel like it.
That's just bonkers. And
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we said that we were going to get into talking about haters. I think we need to have some ground rules. Everybody's got them, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
But I think the more you do social media, like I've been doing it for a long time now, released a couple books. And so I'm kind of used to it. But it's an interesting thing to some people, it doesn't bother them one bit. And then there are other people like me that at first I was like, why is everybody so mad?
Yes. So rule number one of Fight Club, we don't talk about Fight Club, right?
Try to keep it not awful.
Right. That's all. Or we don't say their name, obviously.
Yeah. If they're mean to you, dead to me.
Perfect. Make that a shirt. Put my face on it.
Yes. Laura Perry keeps a murder list for me.
My mom's the exact same way. Yes. Yeah. She'll hate you forever. Even if it was like minor offense, my mom hates you forever. There's no talking her out of it.
That is kind of funny. I love that. But when I started doing social media, I didn't know the rules for like haters and trolls. And I thought that they would come at you and everybody was reasonable and like, maybe we can work this out if you don't like something I've written, which is typically what it's been. But some people, they come at you with no information that really is about you or what you are doing. It's like they've invented things. And so you don't even know where to begin. I found this one from a while ago that I was like, oh my word. This is from a guy who asked me one time why I blocked him because he kept leaving shitty comments, you know, and I just was like, I don't know who this is. These aren't helpful. What gets a block for me is if somebody is making the environment that I'm trying to keep unsafe. Like you can say shit about me, but don't make it unsafe for somebody else to come. And if you're bad mouthing gay people or people that are gay, they get to come here and feel safe. So you're out. But anyway, so he asked me, why did you block me? I really love reading your stuff. And I was like, well, then you need to behave. And he was like, I'm really, really sorry. You know, I really love reading your stuff. Yada, yada. I've read your book. Whatever. And I was like, of course. Okay. Let him follow. Right. About a year later, I get this message from him. Unfortunately, have followed you for over a year now because I read your book and really liked it. Watching your posts, it's pretty clear from the selfies and weird posts how vain you are, but you also can't stand who you are. Your posts are bitter against anyone who doesn't agree with your lifestyle choice. We could talk about that. Your selfies attract no one and confuse people with whatever bogus message you are trying to put out there. You used to have a bunch of followers and likes, which I know means a lot to a guy twisted like you are. No advice for you, because unsolicited advice sucks, but your message is blurry, super blurry, and super jaded. Sad, but I know the world is brutal for us all. Wish you would go read your book again. Here's how I responded. I know my social media is not for everyone, and that's okay. Sincerely wish you the best. Enjoy your Saturday.
It's always amazing to me, like I guess the word is audacity that people have that like, maybe you were friends, maybe you didn't know the person, whatever, but you haven't seen them in 100 years. And then they feel entitled enough to speak into your life. Like what they're going to say is going to change it all. You're going to be somebody that they like now. Like, I just would never do that. I would, even if I hated the person and they said something, I wouldn't even respond. Like, I wouldn't say anything. So like, it's a special person that goes into the comments and like, I'm going to type something up here and let you know.
Right. I don't know who you are.
Right.
And I don't care that you followed my post and all of a sudden you've got insight into who I am.
Yeah.
That I post selfies. Yeah, I post selfies. Okay. But here's the thing that I learned with social media. Stay out of people's comments if you're bringing the negativity, because here's the thing. You think that you're entitled, a lot of people do, think that they're entitled to some sort of experience there, but their social media is an elective.
Yeah.
Opt out.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe, unfollow, unfriend. You are there because you're choosing to be there. So why do you keep bitching about what they're putting out there? Just opt out. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that saying of like, they love to hate you.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to unfollow you because hating you is fun for them. They want that in their life. They want something to be mad at.
Right.
But if I unfollow you, I don't get to see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's going to make me mad.
Yeah.
So,
but remember when our mothers would tell us when there's something that you don't like about somebody, it's because you see that very same attribute in yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
That continues to be true for me at 51 years old. So many times, if I've got an axe to grind with somebody, I have to stop and inventory that shit and be like, oh, it is reflecting back to me what I see in myself that I don't like. Not every time, but often.
Yeah.
And I wonder sometimes if people just don't want to see you happy. But like that guy, I told him that. Have a great Saturday. And the truth is, I wish him well because I do believe that down deep, he's an unhappy person. I mean, he mentioned twice that the world is not a great place and that he's had battles that he's lost and whatever. You know, okay, I get it. But I understand what it's like to be a blamer because I struggle in sobriety. That's been one of my biggest things that I realized about myself is when I'm unhappy, my first natural tendency is blame. And I have to watch that.
Blame covers shame. If it's your fault, it's not mine. I don't have to take responsibility for it. If it's somebody else's fault, blame covers it. I always think of that in my head. Yeah.
So I'm not trying to live that way anymore. I try to have understanding when people do that kind of stuff. Like, of course, I'm going to block him. And I did. You know, he's made it clear this is not something that he's enjoying. So I'll make that choice for him. But I really do wish him well because I get that sort of space that you're in where you're just mad at people and mad at everything because something's not working out in your world.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't have anybody that really comes at me. I don't have that happen to me. There was a season in my life where I did have that and I blocked everybody. I mean, I've done some things that constitute people not liking me. I get that, take responsibility for it. But like what you said is like, I think that there are some people, and Brene Brown calls it, there's a word for it, but it's like people who want to see you burn. There's no forgiveness. There's no like letting it go. They are here to watch you so that you fail, or they want to see what you're doing so they can talk about it, you know? And I think that is where I am kind of parking because I know there are people in social media or whatever that are watching me from afar just to see what I'm saying or just to make me the topic of whatever their conversation is. And sometimes I'm like, Leslie, why do you think you're so special that somebody's doing that? You know, like,
well, a lot of times I think, I'll just be honest, you're an attractive person. You have this personality that's a lot of light and fun and smart and quippy and honest and real authentic. People love that and they're attracted to that because there are a lot of people out there that struggle with that. They're afraid to be themselves because they don't want the judgment.
Right.
And so they do watch. And okay. But the problem becomes when people like you, and I think people like me, are trying to work out our lives and be better versions of ourselves. That's a goal for me. Yeah. Well, when you're, and Brene Brown, you mentioned her, she talks about this, when you're in the arena fighting for it, and there are people in the cheap seats watching, hurling insults and heckling from back rows, but they're not actually in there fighting. Right. We are prone to listen to their critique and criticism, but they don't know anything about it. Right. A person who has been there is going to come alongside you and encourage you, not sit and make judgments. Yeah. On what you've done. I have far more positive people in my life than negative, but I've dealt with my fair share of the negative stuff. And some of it, Leslie, has like I've lost sleep over it. Never from somebody I don't know, but from people that I've known really well that I was very close to. Oh, yeah. There are still people that will come to mind that I'll have a day where I'm like, because I just like to settle things. If we're not going to be friends anymore, let's get together and decide that and move forward in a mature way. Like you don't want to be a part of my life, and that's okay. Yeah, it actually is okay. It's fine. So because we've had a decade-long friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Let's don't just ghost me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it. You were hurt by something, whatever,
Yeah.
and then move forward. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, I had a friend who did that, kind of ghosted me, didn't really give a lot of explanation to why we weren't going to be friends anymore. Just kind of said, we're not going to be friends anymore. 12 years go by. I get a new job. I go in and they work there. I had no idea they worked there. And it was, I mean, I felt like a leper, like door slam into my face. At a retreat, like they wouldn't, I can't even explain it. Like I was helping serve food. They wouldn't eat because I was helping serve food. And I was like, what the heck? So I went to my boss and I was like, hey, I don't know what's, exactly going on, but I know I don't want to be a problem causer. So I sent an email. I'm going to send an email just to be like peaceful and say, hey, I don't want anything from you, but we're going to work together. So maybe we can just be friendly. Didn't see her that much. And then like one day I was walking out to my car and she was coming from her car. So it was basically, we're going to have to pass. And I remember being like, oh God, here we go. So we get to like close to each other and I go, hey, I just hi. She turned her body and walked abruptly the other way, like could not even say hello. That I don't understand. It's been 12 years. You've not spoken a verbal word to me in this long. Like you've carried this long, so much hate in your life that you hate somebody that much.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So I told my mom. Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like when you're with people like that, I'm sorry, I don't want to cry. Let me get it together.
That's okay. We'll call this one Leslie Cries.
See, Amber Heard can't even cry. She can't get it together.
She needs some Leslie lessons.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think you just think, at what point do you get, like, when am I off the hook?
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. And this is where Ian Levon Sant would say, oh, you're off the hook, honey. You get to get off the hook when you let yourself off the hook.
Did you just quote Yolanda? What's her name?
Iyanla.
Iyanla, my mother's favorite.
I love her. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm already off the hook. You're right.
Nobody can put you on the hook. You keep yourself on the hook. And I get it because you're a 9, you're a peacemaker. I'm a 2 and I love people. When one of them doesn't love me back.
Yeah.
And not so much doesn't love me back, but when one of them can't stand the sight of me, or runs the other way in a parking lot. Yeah. Listen, I get it. It's really hard. And I don't think it shouldn't be. I think we can't let it, I don't know. I'm talking on my ass right now. The truth is it fucking hurts. It just hurts. And it's just part of life. And sometimes those relationships never come back. Oh, no. And we just have to be okay. But then even if there's an opportunity for them to come back, then we have to ask ourselves, especially if there's not an amend made, is this something that I can do again?
No.
Was there ever a reply to that email?
No. Oh, no. I did not exist, which is like fine. I think I've come to terms with that. It's just like my biggest fear coming to reality. Like, oh God, somebody really hates me and is not afraid to act like it. That it was new to me. Que sera, sera. Because the hate is gonna hate. Shake it off, shake it off. Yeah.
I know. You got to.
Yeah. Sorry I cried. I hate my voice when I cry, so you can edit every bit of that out and just be like, Leslie cried. Beep.
Oh no, I'm going to add like water spurting out of your eyes. And I'm telling you, when I came out, I had people that I didn't really know who had so much awful stuff to say, but it's the people that were close to me.
Yes.
That was hard.
Yes.
But just some dude that like started following me 3 years before who had all these shitty things to say.
Yeah.
I didn't even read them. I would like see it starting to go there and just be like, no, not today, Satan.
People are going to hate you. There's like a quote that says like, in some people's world, you are going to be the villain. And in some people's world, you're going to be the hero. And none of that has anything to do with you. And I'm always just like, okay, like how they work that out with themselves has anything to do with me.
Yeah.
If I've done something to you and I've owned it and asked for forgiveness and all that, I feel good about it. What you do with it is on you.
Yep. Totally. Damn haters.
Black. We need like a emoji or whatever that's like blocked.
Listen, Fire Away Podcast can block your ass.
The Sparkler
Don't
Nation.
come for us.
They're all behind me.
We'll put our number one sparkler. I feel like we keep telling different people they're the number one sparkler.
Every week. It's like student of the week when you're a kid. Sparkler of the week.
Because Tanya thinks that she's the number one sparkler.
Yeah.
We've said that Julie Lang is the number one sparkler.
Yeah.
So
Zach
maybe
Dameron, number
Zach
one.
Zach Dameron
sparkler.
is not. He is not a number one sparkler. He's a musician. He's all vibey and leather and
cool, young.
Yes.
Hip.
Yeah. I mean,
but he
can't
also has
be
a
like
garden.
This.
Come on.
He has a garden?
Yeah, he posts about it all the time.
Oh.
I'm going to Moorhead this weekend.
I know what we need to talk about because you've got all your names and I have never shared all my family names with you.
Okay, great. Love it.
Leslie, I cannot believe I haven't told you this. My grandma is Everly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She had brothers and sisters.
Okay. Everly's a very cool name for a grandma.
Very pretty.
I think.
There's only one good name. The other names are Garnell, Ozel.
Oh, God.
the twins.
The twins, Garnell and Ozel.
No, they aren't the twins. Garnell and Ozel. No, and it's Aunt Ozel. It was a woman.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the twins, Zeno and Zether.
Stop. What the heck?
It's true. Uncle Zeno and Uncle Zether. I grew up with these guys. Uncle Zether used to let us punch him in the stomach as hard as we could.
Yeah.
And we thought it was so cool. So Zeno and Zether, Ozel, Garnell, Esteline, Imanal, Odiva passed away. I love Odiva. I would have gone for that one.
Yeah. What the heck was your great grandparents thinking? I've never even heard of those.
Ozel. Yeah. None of them had middle names. My grandmother said this one time. I was probably 12 and I was like, Grandma, how did they get those names? And she said, Lord Matthew, I don't know where my mother dreamed up those names.
Oh, so it was made up.
Well, I mean,
I don't know, but biblical.
I think it was
or
just like random noises in the house. Oh, wow. That sounds like Ozel. I love that.
Oh, God. Those names that should be like every animal that you own. They look like the 7 dwarves or something. Ozel, Garnell.
They're great though, aren't they?
My Papa Bill had a brother. Like he had a bunch of siblings. They didn't have birth control or whatever back then. I mean, he was born in 1910. He had a brother they literally named George Washington. How creative. George Washington Black. And they called him Buck.
I like Buck.
Yeah. What are you going to do this weekend? Anything fun?
No.
Traverse?
We're just going to hang around, eating some cherry pie. Everything's cherry, and I love cherry.
Well, I saw somebody commented on your post that you should go get the pie in Traverse City.
Yeah, Traverse City Cherries is the big deal. So there's a Grand Traverse cherry pie. It's the best cherry pie you've ever had in your life.
How far are you from Indy? Where are you?
Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Traverse City is up north. So
Michigan, right?
Yeah. Let's see. 6 hours and 13 minutes. So about 7 hours. 6.5 hours. Yeah, it's way up north.
Okay. First of all, I had only been to Michigan in my whole life, like 3 years ago. When me and Tom, when we first started dating, we went to Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
Is that because that was like
that's
a 7
in the
hour?
UP. That's in the Upper Peninsula.
That was like 7 hours from here. So that was the first time I'd ever even been to Michigan.
Yeah. Look who's here.
Chris is here. Chris is here.
Pie's here.
40-some years trying to get out of here. Hi.
Chobani here at 3 o'clock.
Chobani. It's my snack of the day.
Love it.
It's my lunch.
We read the
that man's comment.
Of course you did.
Oh my God.
That he hates it, and all of his friends hate it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sad part. Talk about haters.
Yeah. Haters gotta hate.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're really your friends if they hate your penis.
That's what I said. It's like, if you hate my penis, we're not friends.
I'd like to know what your definition of friends is.
Right.
I mean, this is probably too much, but like, did he walk out in like a group of friends and were like, guys, what do you think?
Right. And they
don't
all
like
just
that.
start booing and throwing
Yeah,
tomatoes.
we don't like
Boo.
it. We don't
That
like
is the worst penis I've ever seen. But it's okay. We'll still be your friends.
it. In fact, go put some gloves on.
Yes. That's it for us today on Fire Away. We'll be back with more seriously funny conversations next week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/podcast Fireaway and on Instagram at fireaway_podcast. And watch us via video on our YouTube channel.
Sorry, I cried. I won't do that again.
Leslie cried. And
All right.
fire this podcast off to a few friends, but not haters because they don't deserve it. Fire away.
Fire away.